We got it. No, we're waiting.
All
Alright, almost there.
Alright, we're good.
Alright.
You got Andrew way back there?
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2. I tricked you. It's a video. Good morning. My name is Benjamin Mohler. I'm a paleontologist, and if you cross me, my psionic warriors will seal you within the earth. Today, we are going to be exploring an entirely new section that we are permitted to explore. So yesterday, we wrapped up a few sites. We've got stuff in the ground that needs to kind of sit so that it can solidify before we pop it. So today, we're covering entirely new ground. We've got a couple of scouts have already gone out just to make sure that we can get our vehicles through, and they have found lots of exciting new material that hopefully you're going to get to see as well. So that's what we're up to today. One of the hazards of the Menefee Formation is how soft some of these layers are. And so this powdery sandstone has totally washed out underneath this hill. And in addition, we never really know what sort of critters might be living in there. So I'll be giving it respectful distance. Always a tragedy to encounter victims of gun violence in the desert. Right here is a beautiful and very large tree stump. And while it's not in fantastic shape, as you can see, it's definitely falling apart into lots of smaller bits. It's still in situ, which means the trunk and its root ball remain exactly where the plant grew 80 million years ago. The trees of the Menefee are something we're still looking into, still trying to learn more about, because they're a very important part of the ecology. So what's this beauty we're working on here, Brent?
Probably Neuronkylus baueri.
So what part of this is rock and what part is turtle?
So this is all shell. The light gray here is shell, and then it's infilled with this iron kind of concretionary reddish brown stuff. So
it looks like it continues
that's the plastron
to the end.
What I think happened is that the bridge broke, which often happens, and then the carapace and the plastron can separate. So these two looked like they just slightly shifted, but sometimes you can find them yards from each other, the same individual.
What are the odds that other bones and so forth are entombed inside?
Probably vertebrals, or vertebrae, maybe a limb if we were lucky.
And that would be something we'd have to CT scan to see for sure.
I've seen bones poking out before. CT would be tricky because it may have a hard time getting through the concretion.
Gotcha. Dinosaur bone, almost certainly stuck in concretion. So just like over at that turtle site, this right here is not fossil, but this in here is. That's part of the shaft, probably a limb bone that goes all the way through. It's my little hand glove for scale. So the concretions, they can preserve fossils and they can also destroy them when they break apart. So it's kind of a mixed blessing, but this is definitely a sign that this area is going to be good for more productive bone layers. This is another piece of bone that's not in concretion, but if we follow it into the hill, it very well may be stuck in a piece. Been a couple hours of work on this site, trenching around. And since this is definitely going to take more than an afternoon, we've got shade arriving, so I'm gonna move. Hi, Tyler. Excavation continues around this turtle. We're making room for tools to help flip the jacket and pulling off pieces on all sides, including this block where I just spotted this awesome little croc tooth in situ. So normally out here we find them out of context, just kind of in washes, but this we know was associated with this turtle. So that has some interesting implications. And Frankly, I might not even suggest moving this from its block because it's got this really cool, complex, kind of muddy, organic layer all around it. Very cool piece. I'm very happy about that. Going through and pulling up chunks of rock from the bottom here. This is encrusted with mudstone and organic material, but when we pulled it off, it has the unmistakable shape of the end of a very large dinosaur bone. So that makes this site a lot more complicated. That means there is bone going under this hill, and it's a nice little find for the both of us. You said you picked up some croc scutes while prospecting?
Well, yeah, and then we got a little bit else.
Mm-hmm. Hey Andrew, we picked up something cool while trenching. Check this out. Just came out in one big piece. Reached the end of a day of delights. Put a cap on our turtle. We're gonna drop our shade and head back to camp. Excellent work, guys.